Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Patricia Meredith, and this is my channel. This is my husband, Andrew D Meredith, and we are joined by some of the coolest people in the world tonight to watch Battle of the Five Armies, right? Movie 3 in the Hobbit trilogy. So if you've been with us through the past couple weekends, this is now the third weekend and the final. And today is Bilbo and Frodo's birthday. Yay! Happy birthday! So they have turned 33. That's or well, yeah,
111.
They're 111, yeah. But yeah, your 33rd birthday is the big deal, and then
111 was the longest anybody had ever lived. So.
Right, there you go. So yeah, so if you're looking for more Hobbit things, there's been stuff all over today. It's been really fun to see all the different things. So why don't we real quick introduce everybody in case this is your first time here. I know, Alethea, I should have made a cake. I ate the cake.
We were at
I have fluorescent pink cake I could eat.
There you go.
Great.
There you go. And I think Nico and Layla made a charcuterie board, so that's the closest thing we have to it.
We did, yeah.
So, all right. So, real quick, we've got, let's see, and Wizard.
Hi.
Mouthful of popcorn.
That's Wizard.
There you go, Wizard.
That's me. I do fantasy stuff on YouTube.
Yes, there you go. Lots of fantasy. Some great reads. He's got so many good reads that Tori is making a list of all the books that she's stealing from him. So
he's forced me to buy a massive stack of books since I became friends with him, which my wallet does not appreciate.
That's right.
So.
Stop giving me your credit card and having me ship them to your house.
So, and then we've got Tori, who is working on her own book right now, which is the most exciting thing, I think.
Yes.
So
I'm Tori. I also do fantasy stuff on YouTube and outside of YouTube, and I'm writing a book, and it's very awesome, and I'm very excited about it. Well, Andrew's reading it.
That's right. Well, and you're finished with it?
I hear good things.
He read it ages ago.
Yeah.
It's like the OG over there.
Yeah. And we've got Nico and Layla. And Layla has beautiful hair tonight. All fall.
It's a mess, but thank you. It's raining here today, so I just said whatever.
It looks great.
Yeah. I also do fantasy stuff on the internet. I do want to clarify on her name. This is Bilbo and Sting, the singer, not the sword. And for the charcuterie, I figured it was appropriate. I've got this one, which is fig, apple, salami, and a cheese called Dragon's Breath. So it's like a habanero on it, which isn't that hot. So we'll see. But I thought that Dragon's Breath seemed appropriate for Battle of the Five Armies.
That's
very fun fact about figs. Joking.
I was like, no, he's not going to say anything. No, never mind.
All right, Althea.
Big spread.
Yes. And we are still going to do the drawing. Tomorrow night will be the drawing to win a copy of the first 3 books of the Kallattian Saga, or if you already own the first 2, at least the third one, which is brand new, coming out next Thursday. What are you doing for
Thursday, Friday?
Thursday, Friday.
28th.
Yeah, the 28th. Yeah.
Yep.
So. All right. Did anybody else have anything? Or are we ready to go?
We're ready.
Ready to go?
We have our movie queued at the Warner Brothers logo, and we will let you know when we hit the halfway point we're aware of all the night. So without further ado,
should we do like a
11?
Like, yes. I was gonna say 11. I was trying to think of the most infuriating number.
Oh,
That'd really be a 17.
Are you ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready to go tonight. No, I have never seen the extended version of
Me
this,
either.
so.
I don't know if I have either, actually. I think I just saw the regular editions.
Yeah, and even that one I only saw once, so this is like the second time I've seen it.
I've also got my kombucha loaded up and ready to go.
Okay.
It is a tiger, yes.
I also don't know how good our mics are on these, so if it's Right, like if you can hear crunching, say something so we can mute it.
Did you get some grape nuts?
I
Are you
just bought
getting
grape nuts
chewing?
yesterday.
Chewing
They're
is my ASMR. I want to
Sorry?
hear it all.
That's right.
Grape nuts are a
We got
superior
these
cereal.
walnuts. They're like caramelized walnuts.
Ooh.
They're crunchy.
Yeah.
I hate grape nuts. They're so
I'm 100% unironically. I love grape nuts.
Me too. I get a hankering, but then but after one small box, then my acid reflux is so bad, I gotta quit for another year.
I haven't had any in a long time.
We just bought some last night.
Yeah, I haven't even had any yet.
I was confusing grape nuts with corn nuts
No,
in my
I like
brain.
corn-
Also fun.
Aggressively, like hard to chew. Like I think I've like almost borderline broke a tooth on those before.
So good.
You gotta let it soak for a little bit with some sugar and cinnamon on it.
Sugar and what?
Good.
Sugar and cinnamon.
There she is.
Yes.
it's
My
you,
favorite
Tori.
character.
For a minute.
Oreo.
That's why I sent a picture of her to you last week.
I appreciated that. I was feeling very left out. To be
I was like,
honest.
boo!
Yeah,
Just
well, I was talking about this online with, it might have been T and some others, that what would really have improved this whole situation is if, one, there was no romance with a dwarf, but Tauriel would have been okay if her love was the forest. So then she would have had a lesson to teach Legolas, who has to get over his arrogance so he can fall in love with the forest and the world of Middle-earth, and then heed the call when Aragorn calls him to come to Rivendell in Lord of the Rings. It would have fixed everything.
So basically, if you like take the romance out,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
That would have
Make
also
she's
fixed
in
it.
love with the forest. Like that, she's very in love with the forest. And
right, which would have made a lot of sense for like her culture and yeah.
I would have loved for the dwarves to have beards.
I do have an update. For the audiobook, it is Glowin and Owen, not Gloin and Owen. So.
Oh,
Glowin and Owen. Okay.
he woke me up the other
Which Care Bear do you think Smaug is?
audiobook, so
I
I
got to
could
the Smeagol
listen
part.
to the Smeagol part. I was half asleep, and he's like, "Hey." Maybe
I thought that joke was funny, and nobody laughed. I'm offended.
What'd you say?
I said, "What Care Bear do you think Smaug is?" Because his belly was glowing. Get out of my face! You're sick. Get out of my face! You're sick. Stop. Sit down.
this worm tongue needs to be shanked.
the worm tongue
How
knockoff.
funny would it be if that was Wormtongue's grandfather?
I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean,
See the
it's
family
definitely
one.
Wormtongue light, at least, but I feel like Wormtongue cannot be that guy's legitimate last name, though. Like, was he just destined to be terrible? That's past MacGyvering, though. That's McGrubering right there to make that work.
MacGruber.
Barding.
I do appreciate the casting choice of Luke Evans here, though.
See, I like Luke Evans, but we were discussing he looks exactly like Legolas.
He
It's
straight up
the
he
human
looks kind of
version of Legolas.
interchangeable.
Yeah.
With
Why
him
is it
in
red?
like the Pirates movies and whatnot. I feel like kind of interchangeable.
Why are your fingers so soft?
Well, he's a main character, so he has to be, you know, attractive and stuff. So come on, Theo.
Though it's funny, like watching old movies, like we just rewatched The Maltese Falcon, and it's so funny how like there's this type, right, for each
Yes.
era.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, Humphrey Bogart is very handsome for that era, but would he be considered handsome today?
Right. It's very superficial.
Yeah, well, if Luke Evans would have been a pretty boy back then.
Oh, he's a complete Errol Flynn.
he is.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
true.
Yeah.
Same with Legolas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legolas.
I appreciate how all of them have meticulously kept their hair through all of this.
I sent Nico a picture when I was getting my hair done. For my stylist, she had like foils wrapped around the edge and like they were sticking out like this. And I was like, I look like Bofer. And then I put like a side-by-side picture of it. I thought about sending it in the Discord.
Oh, you should have. I would love to see that.
It was funny. Are you going to pull it up? He's going to pull it.
There you go, Alicia. That would be a plot twist. Bard is actually half elf.
There you go.
She's saying that would be funny.
Oh, yes.
It's Bard. And
Oh, did you see that amazing wire foo?
the what?
Wire foo.
He's on a wire. He's on.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Picture 1.
Love it.
Oh, wrong way. Picture 2.
Yes.
Wait, I didn't see
That's a
picture 1.
jellyfish lamp. That's not what I was trying to show you, but it's also pretty cool.
I think that's all that was.
I love
It
when the
wasn't cool.
subtitles are just screaming.
Gasp.
They crack me up. Trolling continues.
Yeah, she found this jellyfish lamp, and I immediately had to send a picture of it to Boil Jellyfish on Discord. So I had a picture of that saved.
I brought it home and I was really excited about it. And he's like, how much did you spend on that stupid thing? And I'm like, how much is too much? He said, if it's more than $5, I'm like, it was. And he's like, okay, that's too much. Like $20.
That kid in the boat, I think, is in Outlander as young Ian. Pretty sure. Yep.
Go, bro. Show your metal.
MacGruber. Sorry. Nico started it.
I have to say, though, I love that there's a moment in both Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit where the character runs into arrows and it's like, crap, what do I do now? Because usually arrows seem to be infinite. So it does just make me laugh a little bit that he actually has to, crap, he should have brought more arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have went back.
It's like Ron Weasley there.
That was a wrong
He
way.
does look like Ron Weasley.
It's like he's a smudge on his face.
Yeah.
When you name your kid something like cool, like Bane, like obviously he's gonna do something heroic.
Right.
Yeah,
Bane.
he was born in darkness.
Ah,
You just sounded like the narrator from Diablo 1.
I mean, that was totally
Oh,
Sean
Diablo
Connery.
2, I'm
But
sorry.
Imagine Andrew sounding like a narrator.
You know,
I'd be crazy.
you should hear me reading her new book.
Yeah.
I will.
I'm excited.
This is 100% a book I am going to reread.
now the question is, can you do Sean Connery in Highlander where he was pretending to have a Spanish accent?
Pretending.
This is called The Quickening.
You know who is like ridiculously good at Sean Connery impersonation? My husband.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Good. Yeah,
Next time he's on, definitely going to ask him to
yeah. Put him on the spot. He'll love that.
Now, if I recall, I remember reading that when Smaug dies, his entire body was
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
It's
Alicia's
been
never
about like, I don't know, 70 years since, or whatever. It's been a while. Been a minute.
Well, but Alicia's
Nico
never
really
seen
Breaking Bad for me. So,
They
Yeah.
should have launched a Snickers into his mouth and turned it back into Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Love here.
He
He's like,
turned into a
he
penguin.
absolutely destroyed him, knocked the tower over, blown fire at him. But he's just like, what do you want to do?
he's conceited.
How
Because
funny
I
would
am
it
a
be if
villain,
that
I will
poster
taunt you with
snaps
words.
That boy right on the tip of the nose.
All I can think about is the neck slash he's gonna get
I
from
was gonna
the
say,
the feathers.
Yeah. That's not going to feel good.
Wasn't that missing scale supposed to be from his ancestor?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have like an itch or something. There's no way I'd stand that still.
Oh, I'd have wet myself. At bare minimum.
100%. I feel like in an instance like that, no one could even judge you.
I'm just saying though, that arrow didn't go that deep in. Like,
I'm sorry,
what
but this
vital
is
organ
dead.
did that hit?
You would die.
Do you see where that is? That's like on the. That's on the
You're
side
over water.
part would be.
I mean, that's kind of low. I don't know. Maybe you got like a kidney or something.
Do you know how dragon anatomy works? Because I don't think you do.
We can ask Quimby.
Yeah.
Wasn't Smaug's body left to rot, and nobody would take the jewels encrusted into his bones or something like that? Because it was deemed to be cursed?
Yeah.
Or am I remembering that incorrectly?
I think so, and then also I think the it also sits there, and it's also it's like a dormant volcano under the water forever.
By my beard. Such a great expression.
Stop it.
By
Well, I
my
love that
beard.
because that was, you said it's Glowin. That's so weird. Glowin said that, which is hilarious because that's Gimli's dad, and Gimli says that in Lord of the Rings multiple times.
See, I'm okay with that as a callback. They've done
Right.
some that I've complained about. I'm okay with that, like little
That was
things
a
like
good
that.
one.
Maybe that's where Gimli got it, you know.
Oh, now we know what movie we're watching.
There we go.
Roll credits.
25 minutes in. That's okay.
Okay, this is where we're stopping.
I did read.
If only this had been tacked on to the end of the movie.
Glad we're not skipping this part. Second best part of this movie is the design of the redesign of the Nazgul
Mm-hmm.
in their spirit forms.
I was waiting to see Gollum creeping along the tunnel.
Yeah.
Gandalf, you really got to stop getting yourself captured.
It's a theme.
Indistinct shouting.
Can I just say too that Galadriel and Gandalf together have kind of tired parent vibes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the only people who think
They're
that
so tired.
are tired
Our
parents.
tired parents.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I know none of you have played this, but
Which one did I
at this point, this is so much Banner Saga vibes
Mm.
of needing to survive and start to head out on the road. And
When I'm done and my book is out, I'm gonna give myself some time to actually like try some games again.
did you see the new game announced yesterday, the Hobbit one?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What new Hobbit one?
so Weta Workshop is work. Okay, remember the meme that was going around, like the video that was going around a couple months ago? Everybody was saying, "Can you please just give us a Shire movie, a Shire where they literally just bum around the Shire? That's the whole movie. That's all we want." Weta listened, and they're working with the company that did Kerbal Space Program, and they're doing we have no idea what it is yet, except that it's just you're a hobbit in the Shire. It might very well be Animal Crossing with hobbits.
Let's do it.
It would be amazing.
Yep, I don't care. That sounds
I'm
very
in.
cool.
I
If it's,
want that.
I just want to walk. I just want to hang out in the Shire.
Does it bother anybody else? Does me when the kids say dog? Like one more syllable. Is that so hard? That
That's right. I made a joke in the first time they were there. I'm like, their mother must have been super British because Bard is not British at all. But they were like, dog, where are you, dog?
I don't know. It just it drives me crazy. It's one more syllable.
Barf. Get off of him.
Yeah, just that's one. syllable.
Legolas's CGI face, though.
No.
Here, I love you. Here's a stone with my mother's name on it.
Yeah.
I don't have mommy issues.
It's the equivalent of giving your fiance your mother's.
I mean, he likes taller women, apparently.
I mean, she's probably old enough to be his mother.
He might be I'm alone.
I don't know how old she is, but she's
probably old enough to be his great grandmother.
Great.
Don't shame. Don't kink shame them.
What do you mean kink shame? Gross. Ew.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gross.
Yeah, Daddy.
Exactly. High five.
I was eating popcorn.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Go away.
Your popcorn's over there.
No cats allowed. No cats allowed.
There you go.
Oh no, I've got my own. Thank you. You're alive.
Where's Bane?
He was right there. He helped.
Oh,
trip
was
the-
he?
My brother bled out when my arrow slashed open his carotid artery.
the trip the deputy.
Yeah.
I love how he fell from like 100 feet up into water
Fine.
on a burning bridge, and he's just a little damp. Like he doesn't look waterlogged or anything, or bruised or scratched up. He's just a little damp.
I just find it ironic that with all the singing in these movies, Bard doesn't sing a note. I don't know.
Yeah, it's sad.
Bro, just some sodium, some bristles, do you a world of good.
So that's not something they added in the extended. They should have had Bard sing a song. Of all the songs in The Hobbit. That they gave one to the Goblin King.
Which the songs in the Hobbit audiobook by Andy Serkis are continuing to be glorious.
Yes.
That man goes too hard, probably, but it's appreciated.
He can do everything. It's amazing.
I just got to just past the part when they're in the Mirkwood and Bilbo's singing at the spiders to offend them, and it's just wonderful.
I go bed too.
Bard. Don't show him mercy.
Everyone's like, but we wanted to kill him.
What have
I mean, like, can you blame them?
Dad?
Also, how many people actually died? Because, like, I assume some did, but there's a lot of people that survived.
That was a pretty big town.
Yeah.
I suppose.
They must have been packed in like rats.
Give me a high five. Give me a high five.
I've been an aggressive high five.
Yeah. I got some good ivory.
Hey, so 2 towers. I mean,
The
There's my
king
favorite
is
set.
returning as well,
It is, yes.
to be fair.
Big and hot outside.
They are a fellowship with a ring as well.
Yeah.
True.
Who usually, and the bear usually keeps it in his pocket.
And they do split the party.
Yeah. And Gandalf is still involved.
I think Ian McKellen had a point when he said there's too much CGI in this movie.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Some of it's cool, but some of it just looks.
The interior of the mountain is cool. Like I love seeing more of the dwarven architecture and that kind of stuff. It's more on, I think, on the characters that's the frustration.
Yeah.
Because Smaug is also really well done. He's
Well,
very-
I think part of the beauty of the original trilogy is it was a good mix of CGI and practical.
Mhm.
And I think they mix with the formula a bit too much here. And some of the set pieces in and out, even if they are practical, I can't tell because they might look a little cheaper and be slightly CGI'd.
right.
I wonder if they spent all the budget on Smaug, and then that's why some of the rest of it's kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
Like we can get one cool thing. What do we want?
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like the practical effects in the first one, it just makes it look like the shots, and seeing how they did it too is astounding because it looks so real when you're seeing it.
The ostentatious. One handful. He had it packed up inside of his with his heart.
Yeah. Just waiting to be pulled out. Good shot.
It's a little sparse, I'm not gonna lie.
With all that gold, they don't have to dig a hole for a long time.
Yeah, but all I want is one stone that shines. Is there any lore on what the Arkenstone actually was, or were they just obsessed with pretty?
They don't know. It is speculated that the Arkenstone might be one of or a shard of one of the Silmarils.
Oh.
Silmarils are how this world was made or something.
The Silmarils are what basically what lit the world. Because it was all starlight, there was no sun. And the Silmarils were there. And Morgoth wanted them very, very badly. Like Shelob, or I think Shelob's mother, so the super spider, consumed one or two of them. I think there were three. But one of them I think was supposed to have been put into hiding, and it's thought that it might be one of the Silmarils.
Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that.
When this came out, I was working at a jewelry store, and there were several opals that I would call Arkenstones when I try to sell them to nerds.
It's the pig. Pig survived. Tori, were you here when we learned that Alicia has a pet pig?
No,
Yes. Forget its name.
that's awesome.
Yes.
What is the pig's name?
I'm trying to remember. She'll pop in here in a second.
I'm pretty sure she did say, but I don't recall.
She did say it was.
It started as an inside pig, and it is no longer an inside pig.
Cooney Pig? That's so cool. When we went out to the Creation Museum in the Ark, they have a couple of Cooney Pigs, and the kids thought it was hilarious because the names were Thorin Oinkenshield and Gimli, son of Gloink.
That's awesome.
That is
Charlotte.
fantastic.
That was
course.
pretty fantastic.
That is Charlotte must be some pig.
That is a good name for a pig. I love it.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do.
My other favorite pig story.
Oh, and apparently the reason that the Wood Elves wanted the Star Jewels back is because they hired the dwarves to work some like metals for them, and then they didn't pay, so the dwarves just kept some of their stuff. And they said they stole it, but they're like, no, you didn't pay us. It's ours now. Nary a orc mentioned yet in The Hobbit, though. All goblins, including Azog the goblin.
Oh, yeah, he totally looks like a goblin.
I mean,
he's an orc in this.
there's no difference between orcs and goblins in Tolkien, and they've since become divergent in fantasy as two different things.
Interesting.
But but he just uses them as an interchangeable term based on where you are.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Orcs are bigger.
That's because of like Warhammer and everything else that's happened from D&D. But the goblins and orcs both were made from elves. They're not like one of them is not, and one's just monkeys, and one's made from elves. They're all from the same origin.
But then the Uruk-hai are different.
Yeah, the Uruk-hai were like manufactured super orcs, basically, that Saruman made.
I'm trying to remember. They kind of play it off that Legolas has a thing for Tariel too, right? In this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good love triangle. It's my favorite.
But it's almost more like his dad wants her to or wants him to be with her.
But they're all low-level elves because they're like elves born after the Undying Lands came into being, so they are from a lesser group, even his father.
The Mirkwood elves?
The Mirkwood elves are
versus
a
the
lesser
Rivendell
elf.
elves.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like if Galadriel was there, I think she's old enough that if she saw the Arkenstone, she may have said, "Oh, derp, that's a silver elf."
Oh, okay.
Whereas he has no idea because he's not educated enough.
But Gandalf should know what it is then, if Galadriel knows, right?
He doesn't care though. His purpose, right, is to just have the world do the right thing. He doesn't need this so much, just like he doesn't need brains. Oh, it's back. I just heard Andrew's cricket.
Speaking foreign language. That is the laziest. It said speaking something else when it was Gandalf before. I don't remember what it said, but just speaking foreign language. Both speaking foreign language. It's so fun watching with subtitles. I never watch with subtitles, but I love all the miscellaneous stuff you get.
Yeah. Why doesn't he just cut it off his hand? Right there.
Dramatic effect.
Right there.
Who's that?
Galadriel.
Who is it? Could tell the way she was walking. She was walking on loam.
Well, you can tell by the way she used her walk. She's Galadriel. No time to talk. It just created by silence. Everyone's like, I don't know what his problem is, but we're going to ignore it.
Does Elrond have the third ring?
Yeah.
I thought so, yeah.
The Elrond had one and Galadriel had one, I believe.
Right. And then the other elf who had one was the one who ran the Grey Havens, and he gave it to Gandalf before he left.
Woo!
So how come Galadriel could do that, but he couldn't? Gandalf couldn't with his ring.
Tired, hungry. Plot.
I mean, not gonna lie, if I was in a dark alley, I'd take Galadriel over Gandalf. I'm not gonna lie.
But Gandalf can make bursts of light. That's like his one thing that he can do. But Galadriel herself is light, so.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Honestly, though, as cool as this is one of the scenes that ticks me off the most.
Wow.
Because it makes no sense. Like, why do they just all forget about the fact that they now have proof Sauron is coming back when the Lord of the Rings rolls around? Like, at the beginning of those movies, they're still figuring it out. Gandalf has to, like, research to figure out that that's actually the ring. and like he hasn't thought about Sauron in forever, and everyone just forgot about it.
Well, they banish him here, and he doesn't know where he's gone after that.
I guess, but
Special appearance by Andrew's cat.
Hi, Skittle. He hates that cat. I love that cat.
I forgot Saruman shows up here.
Yeah.
Oh, and Elrond.
You should have stayed dead.
Back when they were all friends.
this is a really cool scene, though.
Well, you're just complaining about it.
What it
should have had in Fellowship, right?
I'm confused. Was Christopher Lee still alive at this point?
Yes.
Yes.
He dies a couple years after this, like a year.
Oh, okay. I
think
couldn't
it was
remember.
2 weeks to travel, so his stuff is all filmed in a different room.
Yeah,
a different
in
place.
England, blue screen.
Yeah.
When you see his face, he's never moving.
Yeah.
So obviously, this is he's not doing the fighting here.
Yeah. I figured.
I mean, he was.
I was gonna say it wouldn't have
pretty
surprised
old.
me though.
No, it wouldn't either.
I mean, he's definitely. I mean, he was a badass dude, but he was. I mean, he was really old at the end.
Yeah.
That was why even at the time of Lord of the Rings, he felt he was too old to play Gandalf, and that's why he played Saruman.
And rocked it.
Mm-hmm. I love that Radagast is like, I'm here.
I know, some would say, like, why can't we have had the 2 blue wizards there instead of the 2 elves? Except that is the 3 rings of the elves in one location. And they couldn't do the blue elf. They couldn't do the blue because the blues were not part of the appendices.
I think I remember hearing the blues don't actually make any appearance. Like, it's mentioned that they exist, but.
And there's like traditional, like apocryphal names people have for them, but.
I do love that we get a chance to see these characters at their best, like fighting together. I really appreciate that about this scene.
Yeah.
Because in the Lord of the Rings, we're just kind of supposed to suspend our disbelief and understand that these are incredibly powerful, really amazing, like warriors of ages past. So it's kind of cool to get to see that a little bit.
Yeah. That's where like the idea of showing some of the stuff behind the scenes, I actually do think is really cool.
So there's your answer, Nico. Gandalf was just taken away by Radagast's rabbits.
They still they just didn't share it with him. I mean, I'm not going to get over that bit, but there's so much great about this actually, which is that's why I like the additions of some of this stuff. It is just very cool. And like Tori hit the nail on the head, actually seeing these characters in action.
Yeah.
This does make me wonder why Galadriel didn't help out a little bit more in the trilogy, though. Because
I know with this.
Is that because she spent everything here?
I mean, that's also
you're
why
just full of answers.
You have to be really careful not to overpower your characters, because then questions like this become serious problems.
Yeah.
I do love that he's the pupil.
Yes. Wham. Guarantee that's the direction of Mordor.
Foreshadow.
Feet pattering.
He's so sweet.
That's so gross.
He is, but he's also very sweet.
Oh.
And I've never seen him as the Doctor. I know he was a doctor, like the doctor,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen any of those episodes before.
I think he was actually the last one, wasn't he? Before the movie and then the new stuff.
I don't remember.
Like,
Which one.
is he 8 or is he 7?
8 sounds right.
Which one's the
No, he's not 8.
Scarf is like 7. 6 or
No,
7.
he's 4
4.
and 5, and then 6 was weird. 8 was the movie they made. It was just one movie.
Okay.
And then Eccleston was 9.
And then the revamp of it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's the 7th Doctor.
Okay.
So he was the last of like the 80s run.
Yeah, because then it was
So,
Paul McGann in the TV movie,
Right.
and then up to Modern Who.
Yeah, at least you and I had the same thought at the same time. Makes me want to look it up though. I want to watch the old ones because I started with Eccleston.
I think they're
did I.
streaming somewhere.
It's a lot of hit or miss. Some of the really old ones are hard to find, but I've seen
Also
some
very
with
Dark
like the
Shadows,
first Doctor.
standing around most of the time and chatting.
Yeah,
Eccleston was really good though. He was the first one I saw too, and he's still my favorite.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Tennant.
loved him, and I love David Tennant so much. But Eccleston, I loved what he did with it.
See, I have nothing against David Tennant. I like David Tennant, but like everyone's so madly in love with him, and I was like, okay.
We
See it,
loved
but-
David Tennant. We loved that 11 had the most coherent storyline
Yes.
Doctor Who's ever had. And so I really appreciated 11's
Yeah.
storyline.
I didn't really like 10's companions. Almost all of them drove me nuts.
I'm trying to remember who the Doctor was in the episode with the first Angels episode. That was Eccleston, I think, right?
No, it was Tennant.
No, that's Tennant.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Blink.
Blank.
It was a weird episode with
I love that episode.
Sally Spare.
That was the first episode I ever saw in an
It
intro to
was a
fiction.
fantastic
class.
introduction episode.
Yeah.
Proving that Stephen Moffat is great if he's writing one-off episodes and not show running.
Well, yeah, because he wrote the post-apocalyptic children episode too.
Now, are you my mummy?
That one?
Yeah.
Are you my mommy? Yeah.
Yep.
He's really good at individual episodes, but when
And
I
Sherlock. And Sherlock.
Yeah.
I
Sherlock.
haven't actually seen Sherlock. Don't yell at me. I haven't seen it.
Oh,
It's so
man.
good, Nico. It's so good.
good.
I know what we're watching next. Speaking of
Yeah, I want to rewatch it again.
yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I've got a mystery
Yeah.
channel. Let's watch Sherlock.
That would be
I
fun.
mean, that's
I'm 100%
really fair, Patricia. That's really fair.
What are we doing watching fantasy on your
I
channel?
know.
But we do have to watch the whole series.
See, I don't like the last.
I know.
ones. The
But if
last
we're going
ones
to
I
watch
can't
it, let's watch the whole thing.
I don't know that I can.
You can be sick that day.
Okay.
I'm trying to even remember what happens in the last one.
The last season, I don't.
Oh, yeah, the last season wasn't that great, but man, that first season was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
And 2, because you get even more Moriarty.
That was just all three of them were so good.
Yes, I like it. It is a masterpiece. We did just rewatch the Sherlock movies.
Yes,
Mm.
with
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. I like those too.
Yeah.
I love Jude Law as Watson. He's amazing as Watson.
I haven't seen those yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're good.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's Guy Ritchie is the director.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're really good. I'm not really sure why Robert Downey Jr. was chosen to play
Because he's
a
so
British
quirky.
Sherlock, but
And he
Yeah.
plays a great junkie because he was one.
yes,
I think that's part of it.
that's
Is
true.
he was able to
That's
really lean into that.
Yes. And I like how Guy Ritchie does it. I like his style.
Yes, absolutely.
It's art.
It is. Which Sherlock tried to capture some of that a little bit.
Yes.
Matrix timing his thought process.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I like Robert Downey Jr. He's good.
Yeah.
we should do that next year.
Like in January. Got nothing else to do. Might as well watch it.
They said we have Sherlock next.
The BBC one.
Yeah, starring Bilbo and Smaug.
Yeah, it's got more Martin Freeman and Smaug.
Made by.
You know,
Um,
as I'm watching this again, this whole like descent into madness arc that they're doing with Thorin, not that Richard Armitage didn't act it well, but I have a higher standard for these after watching several other shows, and this just is not hitting well for me. Like I'm just
it's very short.
yeah, it's very sudden. It's not really nuanced. It's just and then Thorin.
It would have been more believable, I think, if several dwarfs got it, or if they all had different reactions. It really was a sickness for all of them. Then they could have played it off as they each were betraying each other and getting into fights. And
Yep.
I could see that.
yeah, you're fired.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. Yeah, that's even more impressive.
They look like dominoes just waiting to be.
Card.
I wonder how long they were standing there just waiting for him to notice.
Yeah.
Oh, the war elk? That's pretty freaking cool.
I do love
Mhm.
that.
Hey, Budweiser cart's here.
Yeah, you go.
All you got is kale.
Just throwing food into the air, hoping somebody catches it.
But it's all green.
Yeah, I feel like unloading it in a central location for distribution is probably better than just handing people whatever they can grab.
If all they brought me was kale, I'd starve.
Ooh, I love kale chips.
Oh, I
Olive
Kale
oil,
it.
salt and pepper. Oh,
I don't think I've had chips, but Bolgelk. I love it. No, I wasn't talking to you, buddy. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I startled the dog.
there's not just an elk though. that's like something mixed with something.
Well, it's a
Super old.
CGI elk.
Oh, that too.
It's almost designed more off of the prehistoric elk. Irish elk. It was the first time for the Irish elk.
Pretty sure he was riding a different horse in the first scene.
Irish giant deer is a magnificent beast from the end of the Ice Age. Same kind of forms.
All right, guys, Nico did it.
There are 13 doors. It takes 13 well-placed elven shots.
Yeah.
No army needed.
No.
Legolas could have done it himself.
Also, the extreme greed.
He kind of sort of killed the dragon and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
No big deal.
Because you just called me Dragon Slayer. Drama queen.
Yeah, God.
Thorin is such a drama queen. Oh my goodness.
Be an extra.
Which I can't think of a much more dramatic response to that. Begone, our arrows fly. Pretty dramatic. Pretty cool, though. Stop barking at horses.
Well, the dwarves, did they even have arrows?
Crossbows.
Yeah, I guess
Short
crossbows,
bows.
Get him, Bilbo.
Not to mention, you're being extremely greedy. I mean, look at how much stuff is in there. Can't share some of it?
Even like a handful.
Yeah.
Everybody there, you would still be left with so much.
Right.
Meanwhile, Thorin has underestimated Bilbo how many times during this trilogy?
Yeah.
And he just admitted in the last movie that he was wrong about underestimating him.
Yeah.
Right?
It is funny because in the book, Bilbo does way less and yet is underestimated way less at the same time. Like they do it first, but they quickly come to appreciate him more and more. And like he does less in the book than he does in the movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you imagine that freaking thing charging at you though? That'd be terrible. I'm still stuck on war elk. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's so cool.
That is a pretty cool sword.
Thought for a second you're gonna lick it.
Yeah.
Right.
What a vampire.
I mean, the elves are kind of
Oh yeah.
basically vampires.
Vampires.
Besides the blood part.
Right there, he was looking very much like Jeremy Isaacs
Yeah.
or Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs. Yeah.
Wouldn't be a Lord of the Rings movie without cobwebbed armor and swords.
Bangarang.
Yeah, we just need to see a crying young boy putting on a helmet.
Yep.
That's Lord.
I love all the different axe designs in the dwarves. That's cool.
Because they can.
Bilbo's like, y'all are
Is this
nuts.
the where is it? The where is it? The where is the boar in his rider speech? When David is the where is the horse in his rider.
It's more dramatic if you say your line through the
Yeah.
shirt. Yeah. See the thing, Thorin.
I won't want to be your friend if you were acting like that, to be honest. Like, you're going to get us killed. A friend wouldn't do that.
Yes, we're having.
Pocket that he just the box it over.
I think so.
I do like the parallels they're playing here between Thorin and Gollum.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like some of the language he's using.
I've never been a big fan of the switch from Thorin being the great leader to just being an utter ass.
Yeah, we mentioned that because it's his madness arc is very fast and it doesn't feel earned.
Yeah.
It was referenced earlier that in the second movie that his grandfather had one of the 7 rings, if not more. That's not in the books. It's just speculated that Erebor has to have had at least one of the rings.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
This is what feeds the madness, because all it did was created wealth. The 7 rings were wealth makers.
Mm.
Well, I could understand if Thorin had a ring.
Yeah, but it seems
Like,
odd.
it's
He's
why-
there.
dealing with dragon sickness.
In the pile of gold.
the ring is?
The rings.
Oh.
That would make sense. That would honestly would.
They're way too loyal to him. Because, like, they're, like, ready to lay their life down for a dude that's just
Yeah.
being greedy.
Like, I love the design of this, the gun to bed. But it's like, what orc said, we've gathered enough iron. What if we just made swords of it sticking out of earth? But you know the designers were watching a lot of Warhammer at this point. This is such a cool.
Guess not, Alethea.
Oh, hi, Skittles.
Yeah, Skittles joined us while you were away.
That's because there's food.
She's so sweet. She loves me.
You can have her.
Okay.
We have too many pets as this.
We do not. We only have 4.
Let's stand by my instinct.
Would you like 5?
No.
Yeah.
So Legolas also has mommy issues.
For sure. That explains a lot.
A lot of that going around.
Everyone in fantasy, they all end up either orphans or at least without a mom, right? That's like the grim fairy tale trope.
Age of Assassins, very strong mother figure.
Oh.
Before she dies.
Nope.
Spoilers. I'm kidding. Then grunting in unison.
Hey, that's what mine said. I literally, as you spoke it, I was reading it.
Occasionally, some of the subtitles just get me every now and then.
What do you want? Do you want food? Would you take a $10 cashier's check to leave me alone?
Aw.
She drools on everything, and she's so cute. But
It's
as
so
soon as she
cute.
leaves you, you're just sopping wet.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that, and I thought something had happened. She just had her head rested on my leg for like 10 minutes. I was petting her, and she moved. I'm like, why is that soaked? Like, what happened? He's like, oh, she doesn't have any teeth, so she just drools everywhere. And I'm like, that would have been helpful to know 20 minutes ago. Cool.
I mean, quite literally, there's just drool dripping from her.
Aw.
Poor baby.
It's so cold and wet and bleh.
But she's still sitting with you. That's adorable.
I
Very
know.
normal. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that there is a price.
I'm talking about how adorable your cat is, and my cat's just staring at me going, meow.
Would you like to trade?
I'll send you Manson.
Yes, please. Kaya's
Oh,
been
he's
asking
going
for a
to get-
dog.
What?
Manson the dog?
Yeah,
Yeah, Kaya's been asking for a dog.
you can take Manson. He loves kids.
Just swap.
Remind me what these two are doing here.
Recon.
Recon, so that we can observe the fact that there are armies coming from elsewhere.
They were just curious because they saw the mark of Gundabad.
Of which the bats are mentioned in the Battle of the Five Armies. Bats and wargs and...
Whoa.
What is a bat gonna do in war?
Like, okay, I'm sorry, but like, we're really teeing them up like that. These bats were bred for one purpose. For what? Like, what do you think, Toriel? What do you think? Bulk.
You've just got.
Nico, you have to give her a little bit of grace. She's not the brightest crayon in the box, okay? Like
Bulk here is freaking out because I kept yelling at it. Lay down. Lay down.
There he is.
Cover his eyes.
Yes.
There's
Lay
orcs.
down. You're about to get terrified.
Oh, he
man.
sees the orcs. He's gonna freak out. He's so
Why are
cute.
you staring at me? You look like you're about to attack my face.
Guys, don't start sprinting now. You got a long
What-
way to go.
With what teeth, Andrew?
She's still got like 7 or 8. At least.
Is that enough for damage?
Yes. Listen, I've already got a split nostril from a dog attack, so
Wizard's cat, I only have eyes for you.
I mean, I guess this nostril is still available to be maimed by a cat. It's smooth and unscarred.
can still read his hat though.
Mm-hmm.
Got full armor. But he's
Life
still got
probably
the
did
hat.
it.
Both for actually getting some screen time. Here we go.
I love how we made a plan to break into the mountain, kill the dragon, seize the treasure. But you see, it's the seizing of the treasure, but not the holding of the treasure. That was a veiled Seinfeld joke. You know how to take the treasure. It's keeping the treasure that's your problem.
The rental car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And his daughters are who played Bard's daughters.
See, Beaufort's a good dude.
Everything's wet.
Like Beaufort's actual daughters are Bard's daughters.
Correct.
In the movie. Okay. I knew there was somebody. Like somehow they're.
I just
all the kids are
remembered. I was
related.
thinking they were
Yeah.
somebody else's, but I just
Yeah.
remembered that's who it was.
Ugh.
I'm gonna mute you, Wizard. That's so gross.
I was going to apologize because Manson here burped right into my earphone, and I didn't know if you guys heard it, but I feel like Andrew's making worse noises.
That one,
I
yeah.
don't know if you can see my phone.
Oh, that's so.
It's so wet.
Bro, you're being obnoxious.
He's so rolling with a weighted dice. Lobo, just 20, 20, 20, 20.
Well, they're constantly talking about like that's why he's the thief,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
The burglar is.
But the way he does it, he shouldn't be seen. And
Yes.
he just
Bill looks like he's being scolded by a teacher.
That's true, Alethea. That was like, yeah, the whole point.
we're gonna be done.
Yeah, so we'll
this will be the
be-
last scene.
Yeah, we'll be pausing after the scene for tonight. That was really fast.
The halfway point.
It did seem so fast.
We can go a little farther.
Just
But I
only
think
8.
after this, they're gonna be lining up for war.
Just watch it.
Watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
How long is it?
I still got some snacks left. Let's go.
What people are expecting to come tomorrow night, aren't they?
We can just be here and just chat. The after party.
Hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, Alethea, the dwarves really haven't had to work very hard.
It's true.
I'm back. I have to go put on a brace on my mother-in-law.
How is she doing?
She's got surgery next week, so we'll see.
I hope it goes well.
Fingers crossed. Excuse me.
It looked from the side. I don't know why. My brain registered what you were drinking is like NyQuil. I'm like, is this dude just chugging NyQuil right now?
Who, me?
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, it looked like it from that side angle. I don't know.
There's still another hour and a half left. So now would be a great time to cut it off.
Right here.
Yep.
Oh.
Right here.
Yep.
Okay.
I feel like I missed most of everything.
Speeches.
Yeah, it's got an hour 40 left. So.
I'm at an hour
40
37.
left?
Hour 37.
I'm at 37 too. I think we just kept going a little too long. We're with the elves all lined up right in front of Aragorn.
Yeah.
I see a big old thing of antlers.
Yep.
War elk.
Man, pausing here was a bad idea because you can just see the lazy CGI.
You're right. Look at their faces.
It's actually the same elf.
It's copy and
All
paste.
copy pasted.
Oh my god.
Like that's the exact same face.
Yes, they are very Asgardian.
Yes.
Well, I made him go back because he closed out of the thing.
When we start it next time. Well, yeah. So I guess that's it for tonight. These are shorter than Lord of the Rings. That's the thing. Is Lord of the Rings, each one was like 4 hours.
3.5 hours.
Yeah.
I will take the time to read Bloodstones. I'm not mad at you.
Exactly. So now y'all can go read a book. So we'll join again tomorrow night for the finale of The Hobbit. Yes.
Hobbit
of all
Home.
of it. Yes. So
What's your word for your thing today?
War elk.
I like it.
What did you say?
War elk.
War elk.
Elk, E-L-K, war.
Or if you're reading them in my book, it's O-E-L-K.
yeah. Catherine's asking, what is everybody reading right now?
Yeah, what are you reading?
Bloodstones.
Which is what? Wizard?
What do you mean?
Can you tell us
Who
more,
wrote
or
it?
should somebody else tell us more?
Do tell.
I mean, the author's here. So
Yeah, but coming from you, it's a more glowing
you're
endorsement
reading,
than if she
Andrew.
talked about it herself.
I'm all
You
ears.
didn't write it.
Not mine.
Oh, you're all ears. I've already told multiple. I've told at least 2 people here that Bloodstones is the next Sword of Kaigen.
As I say, he did tell me that and compliment it very highly just before this. So.
Better.
Book
Yes.
But better because it's not
Well,
going
as
to be
long
trying
as
to
you-
tie into a YA series.
Yeah, as long as you don't try to tie into a very much needed to be unrelated YA series, you probably should
That
have it.
is
in the book.
definitely not in the cards for this at all.
And then I joked, I'm like, is it going to connect with Phased randomly and for no reason? And then
Nope.
I'm like,
There
There it
are no werewolves in the world of Bloodstones, as far as
It's
I'm
really
aware.
good.
Thanks, Andrew.
I'm having a great time with it.
that's a true author answer, though, as far as I'm aware. Like,
I
there could
mean,
be. I don't know.
She might start writing and be like, this thing needs a werewolf.
Actually.
Just one. Just
Well,
one.
if you need a
You know
moon
what this
calendar,
calls
let me know.
for? A werewolf.
Val and Lila just show up in the 3rd book
That's
somewhere. You know what would be funny is actually putting in an Easter egg of 2 like characters that are like that world equivalent of Val and Lila. That would be funny.
As long as you know who is tagging along with them.
Oh, for sure.
I'm still waiting to have my cabbages moment in somebody's book. I don't care who.
I told you I'd put you in.
This dog is
But
super.
yeah, no, I'm reading. I finished up Age of Assassins by R.J. Barker. I'm reading Bloodstones beta for Tori, having a great time with it, and then I guess I'm gonna read Way of Renegades, also on Tori's recommendation.
And I'll talk about just the positive ones. I'm listening. I'm reading something right now that I would have DNF'd if I could, but for the readathon, I can't. I need to finish it because I don't have time to do a whole nother book. I'm listening.
Christie. We got plenty of time.
Yes.
Well, it has to meet a page count, but
They do. I get the Christie main page count.
everything. Maybe I'll check. But anyway. I'm listening to The Hobbit right now. I'm a nice chunk in. I've been having an absolute blast. And then I'm not super far in, but I'm doing it's a review copy. It's called Tribe with the Accord, which is like a prehistoric fantasy, which seems pretty good so far.
Cool.
I'm not currently reading anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You still haven't finished the book you were supposed to read last month.
I hit a really bad mental health moment, and then I just hit a reading slump, and I have 80 pages left of the book, and I can't. So I hate it because I really was enjoying the book, but I just crashed. So which is Assassin's Apprentice. After I finished that, Nico picked me up a book from the bookstore yesterday that he thinks I will like. What is it even called?
Kushiel Start.
Whatever that is.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yep.
Layla wants me to read a smut book.
Yes, please read it.
So.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
Kushiel's Dart's a good place to start.
I have not read those, but I'm aware of them, and I know that's what they were popular for back in the day. And they happen to have the first book, so I'm like, oh, I'll grab it and have her try it out because it is supposed to be fantasy. But
well, Nico read my book, so I was reading his. And
yeah,
I think
I even waited. I waited until the end of August to start it because I'm like, oh, you're pretty close to finish with Assassin's Apprentice that you've been reading all month, so it'll probably be fine now. She still isn't finished. I held up my end of the bargain. I had a horrible time.
But you have 80 pages left. I can't imagine what might have caused you to stop at 80 pages.
It's I don't know.
Has he gone to the Mountain Kingdom yet?
He's headed.
Okay.
Yeah. Nico says I'm going to cry.
It's Hobb, yes.
That's what I say. It's Robin Hobb. You're probably gonna cry at some point.
Usually tell me about things that are gonna make me cry. I don't know if I said it with the group, but he never told me that Doctor Who was gonna make me cry. And I started Doctor Who because I was gonna surprise him when we first started dating. He really liked Doctor Who. I was like, oh, I'll surprise him and I'll binge watch Doctor Who. Stop. I'll binge watch Doctor Who, and then I'll just spit some facts out at him. And I was watching it, and the whole Rose thing happened, and I had a whole existential crisis, and I called him at work, sobbing,
Rose eye.
like boogers and tears, sobbing over this. And I stopped watching, and he's like, well, you'll have to power through, it's okay. So I'm like, okay. So I finally tried it again, and then the Rory and Amy thing, and I'm like, I'm never watching the show again.
And she still hasn't.
And I still have not. I cannot.
Layla, you never even went back to Matthew Waterhouse and Adric.
Back to what?
It's the 70s. Don't worry about it.
Yes, see, Alicia is reading my book right now. Yay!
It's a good book.
It's a good book.
I like that.
Yeah, I think everybody here has read that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I hope you're enjoying it, loving it. And Till We Have Faces, yeah, that's a good one.
I need to read that
there's
one too.
a lot. We had a really in-depth discussion about that one.
This week I did Five Little Pigs,
Okay.
ABC Murders.
That's a good one.
And then
Don't
the week
watch
prior to that.
don't watch the TV show of ABC Murders though, with what's his face who tried to be
John
Poirot.
Malkovich.
John Malkovich. Ugh, it's a terrible rendition.
Was it bad?
Yes, if you watch any Poirot, it has to be David Suchet.
Kenneth Branagh does a great job, though.
But it's still.
I know he's not Suchet, but he has so much fun playing it. Though.
It's weird because a lot of the audiobooks are by Suchet.
Yes.
And then he also splits time with Hugh Fraser.
Yeah, who plays Hastings.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of Hugh Fraser audiobooks as well as Suchet.
Yeah, both of those are really good.
They're both fantastic narrators.
But
they both do a good Poirot.
But also for TV shows, because Suchet is who plays Poirot. But yeah, ABC Murders and Five Pigs, Little Pigs is one of my favorites.
I surprisingly, I think I messaged Tori about it last night. It's I got into Five Little Pigs and I was like, I'm not sure this is gonna be my favorite one. And by the end, I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it goes where you don't expect it to. It's yeah.
Well, because like I thought I had it like
Yeah.
about a third of the way through. I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, clearly this person did it. And then like when you connect all the dots, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. She's fantastic at the puzzle. She just
So
there's no pigs in it.
with Death on the Nile,
no, Five Little Pigs. It's no, it doesn't have pigs in it.
It's a reference to this little piggy.
yeah.
Is that
So
one?
sometimes Christy is really great, and sometimes like it's more of a I'm gonna let Poirot solve it, and I'm not gonna tell you the reader and give you a chance to solve it. Like Death on the Nile, there is no way for you to solve that until Poirot starts speaking.
Right.
But Five Little Pigs, if you're paying attention, it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
So she does it both ways, and I kind of prefer the. You could have figured this out if you understood the psychology of the situation.
Exactly. Yeah. I much
but-
prefer that. I want my readers to figure it out like just before the reveal.
Yeah.
So that you feel intelligent. instead of getting to the end and going, oh, come on.
Well, like in Death on the Nile, like Poirot will like go pick up a bottle and go, oh, and then like he never says that. Oh, this isn't lacquer. This is fake blood. Like he just, oh, that's weird, and then like he sets it back down. So you're never presented the clue.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. He does that a lot. It's very Sherlock, right? He'll notice something, but he won't tell you what it is.
Well, Sherlock likes to brag.
Yes.
So he'll be like, oh, well,
You have been paying attention.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
So,
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I hit a slump. I hit a fantasy slump, and mystery bailed me out.
Yay. Well, now you guys all have a Christmas mystery you can read. So
Exactly. Yes, we do.
Oh, Tori dropped off.
I am excited. It sounds so delightfully ridiculous. So
It does. It does. It sounds wistful and it sounds cozy. I just read a very nice cozy mystery last week. Not mystery, fantasy. Cozy and fantasy last week, and I enjoyed it. So
which one?
The Loot one?
Yeah, The Story Spirit.
I really want to read that. That sounded really good.
By RK. It's really good. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. That one and Whipwire Watch, which Tori talked about.
Wire Watch is less cozy, but it's still really good.
Less cozy?
That's more, yeah, it's more Artful Dodger, steampunky.
Right, yeah. But that still sounds good.
Tori's internet died.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
She just messaged Discord.
Oh no.
All right. Well, I guess we'll sign off for the night, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, no, hold on. She's back.
Sorry.
That's okay. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Oh, no, Tori, what are you reading?
I just finished Jade City and Way of Adan like yesterday, and then I picked up another wizard recommendation and by Drew Hayes.
Okay.
That's a fun one.
This is very much like out of my typical reading wheelhouse, but I'm excited about it. It's gonna be fun.
It's so interesting. Send me your thoughts.
Will do.
So interesting. Even Nico liked it.
Nico liked it.
I do not like lit RPG and game lit besides Dungeon Crawler Carl. I love Carl, and it's the exception, and I had a lot of fun with that one.
Cool. Yeah, lit RPG is not. It's gonna have to be like very specific for me to like it.
Apparently, because there are no stats, it's not lit RPG. It's game lit. It's how Stacy explained it in Discord one time.
I can't keep up with my own subgenres. Like I don't even know anymore.
If you play D&D, then it gives you everything that you need to do.
The D&D movie is game lit, not lit RPG.
Yeah.
So I have never played D&D. I had an attempt with a friend who wasn't like super engaging with the DM or the GM stuff. And that's my only experience with it. So I literally know nothing. I'm one of the weird fantasy people on our corner of the internet that hasn't played D&D.
I'm right there with you.
I've played, but I've never leveled.
I want to play with a group of people I know, and like the idea of building characters together and creating a story, that sounds like a blast. I'm here for it.
We should get Chris Navo to just DM for us.
There you go.
There you go.
That would be fun.
I'd do that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We haven't done D&D.
I play D&D every other week, so I have for the last 5 years.
I like making up characters. I don't know why, but here we
Yeah.
are.
That's why. Yeah. All right. But I've dated players.
Yep.
Valid, Alethea.
Yeah. Exactly. That being said, that the movie was really good.
Yes.
The movie was very good.
Did you finish it?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Dean and Sue, the trailer for the next series of Doctor Who drops tomorrow,
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
and that's with David Tennant back in the role.
But it's only for a short time, right?
Correct. He's British.
He's only for 3 specials,
3. That's
I'd
what,
watch that.
and he's technically playing a different incarnation of the same Doctor.
okay.
It
I'll
was
still watch.
implied by the curator, who was Dr. Four, who showed up in the museum,
Yes. Yes.
that he would be going back. So we could also see other old doctors
Like
reprised
Radagast?
over time. We could. He's still alive. Or
That'd be
We'll
fun. Yeah.
I mean, so recently,
They
the first time in
Renaissance
Modern
stories.
Who, 7 and 6 reprised their roles in the last season of Doctor Who
okay.
Okay.
for the first time in decades.
Yeah.
On screen, on audio, they've done it many, many times.
Yeah.
They actually do it monthly.
Yeah.
I do like Tom Baker. Tom Baker is a good
Or-
doctor.
So Tom
He-
Baker's the
he's-
one with the scarf.
And he's the one who came back as the curator.
Okay. Yeah.
I like Patrick Troughton a lot. He's probably one of my favorite classics.
Okay.
That's number
He's number
3.
2.
Two.
So
Okay.
John Pertwee is number 3.
Which
I
one's
like
the
John
mullet?
Pertwee a lot too.
Which one's the one with the bad mullet?
Bad mullet.
He looks like a beetle. Is that 3 or 2?
The one who looks like a beetle would be 2.
Okay.
3 looks like a Victorian gent. He's got the cravat and the red leather, the red velvet jacket and poofy hair.
One of them has
1 looks like a grandfather.
That's fine.
5 looks like a cricket player.
Okay.
6 looks like a headache. 7 looks like, and 6 does. He's basically Joseph in the multicolored jacket.
Oh.
Only really
There you
angry
go.
all the time. Played him very
Yeah.
and then
Well-
Radagast is 7 after that.
Okay. I have to.
Yeah, right. And then Paul McGann goes back to the Victorian aesthetic.
Awesome. I
And then we
definitely.
get
He
to
was like, I was glad they gave him a little bit of a cameo around the 50th because like he was good. The movie was awful, but it wasn't his
It
fault.
was not. It's not.
Are we
that
not going to
bad.
talk about Doctor 8.5
The
Who's
War
8.5?
Doctor,
by
William Hurt
John Hurt?
or John. Oh,
Oh.
okay, I had the wrong Hurt.
Are you talking about Rowan Atkinson?
Yes, he played the Doctor.
He did.
Yeah.
During the hiatus years, there was a charity. His big Red Nose Day or something like that. It is a kids' charity thing.
Hilarious.
And it was the first time that the Doctor turned female, but it was kind of a dirty joke
Okay.
because the
Right.
sonic screwdriver turned into a toy at the end of it. And yeah, but the premise was funny, like communicating through flatulence. It was just slapstick humor.
It was Rowan
Because
Atkinson at his
yeah,
finest.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
The Doctor in 30 minutes. The Doctor regenerates 7 times through hapless mistakes.
It's been a
But
lot
yeah,
to watch.
I've watched that like 2 or 3 times because it's all on YouTube.
YouTube. That's where I need
Okay.
to look. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think I've seen the classics. Anyway, okay. We should probably sign
Yes.
off. All right. Well,
Yes.
let's all go for the evening. All right. Thank you for
Start the
joining
wave.
us. We'll see you tomorrow night.